Hi, this is Janet from Try It Like It Created, and today I am going to be making a card with some leftover pieces from other projects. So to begin, I have a piece of cardstock that came from 8.5 by 11, cut it in half and folded it. So it is, let's see, 5 by 4 1/8, I guess. And then I've taken this piece that I did with an embossing tutorial, and I cut it down so that it will fit within that card size. So I am just going to apply my adhesive to the back. I'm using the best glue ever from Scraperfect, and I am just going to run it around the outer edge and then maybe some in the middle, because it doesn't need a lot to hold it down in place. Alright, so then we're going to take that, and I'm just going to place it down, eyeballing it. Nice thing about using wet glue is that if you need to move it around a little bit, you do have some wiggle room that you can slide it around. Alright, now I have a piece of Rinea foil here that I have cut out of my die, and I'm kind of wondering where it went because I don't see it here. Well, let's see. Okay, that's all right. We'll cut another one. Oh, you know what? I left it. I left it in the foil. There we go. All right. So I was using the die to just kind of know where I was going to place this. All right. So sorry for the confusion. I got myself confused there for a minute. All right. Then I have these leaves that I had cut out. I have 4 of them. And these were left over from a project that I had done with Maker's Movement. So I am just going to glue these guys up. And this is a die and paper that I got from Maker's Movement. And I am just going to place them on the card so that they're not going to interfere with the die cut. All right. And we can trim these little pieces off to the edge of the card if we want, or to the edge of the embossed paper. Haven't decided yet, but I will before we're done here. Trying to stagger the colors, because I've got 2 darks and 2 lights. Normally you want to work with odd numbers of elements, but this is a leftover card, so I'm using leftover pieces. Alright. This little butterfly is one that I foiled and then watercolored, so we're going to place that right there. And I'm hoping just gluing the middle of his body is going to be enough to hold him in place so that he has a little bit of dimension, because I've rolled his wings. And I might even go back in and draw in or glue in some antennae, because I cut those off. It was just easier to trim it that way. Alright, so now the die cut. I'm going to gently remove it here. And I want to pay real close attention because this has an eye with a dot. So I need to try to hang on to that. The nice thing about working with foil, though, is that it's bendable, and so I can manipulate it if it gets a little wonky as I'm taking it out here. All right, now to weed this, I use the lead from a mechanical pencil because I have it on hand. It's right in front of me, and so I can easily just push these little guys out. You might find a weeding tool or one of those weeding type brushes. I think they're, I don't know, it's a roller type brush. I've never used one, so I don't know how well they work. But this works for me just fine. So I'm trying to work off to the side here, just so I don't get these extra pieces on my card. I apologize if I'm off camera and you can't see what I'm doing, but like I said, see the foil, it bends anytime you touch it. All right, so I moved that off a little bit so I can show you that I'm just poking these pieces out. And if they're way too small, they may just be an indentation instead of actually a piece that falls out, but it looks like all of these are going to fall out just fine. The back side of this silver foil is gold, so I know if something gold is showing, I don't have it correct. And if I turn it over and see silver, I know that there's something hanging on that doesn't belong there. Okay, so we want to say enjoy today. I don't know if I'm even going to get it in place like the die had it. If I wanted to, I could use this as a template, you know, line things up. I'm okay not doing that. So we want to enjoy today. I'm going to glue that down, and then we're going to come back and do the dot on the J. It's not an I. I said earlier it was an I. So I'm just sticking everything together here with my best glue ever from Scraperfect. And it has a no clog writing cap on it. So it's giving me a really small amount of adhesive. And that's exactly what I want when I'm working with little pieces like this. So I'm going to try to get this all stuck down. Okay, that looks okay. And then I'm going to take this one. The dye I'm using came from, I think it's called Rinea and Cocoa on Peachy Cheap. Is that the Daily Deals craft website? I don't know if I'm even saying that correctly, but it was a deal and I bought all these different sentiments and I'm enjoying using them. They are really delicate, however. Alright, foil is bending again. Alright, let's try to get this stuck down in a nice way. That'll work for us. Alright, yay! Now, I am going to, before I poke this dot out, I'm going to put some glue on it. Then I'm going to try to just stick it down where I want it. There. Okay, perfect. Now I'll use my eraser to just put that in place. Great. All right. So to finish things off, I'm going to cut off the excess leaves and I'm going to go, I've decided, I'm going to go right along here. So anything that's hanging over is going to get cut off. There we go. And the last thing we need is to mark the antennae, and I'm just going to draw in here with pencil before I go back in with the pen. So I'm liking that placement. Now to grab, I'm going to grab a really fine line pen here. I have this pack from Stabilo. I'm going to grab this little liner here and just draw them in, and hopefully that's all we need. Maybe we'll give them a little bit dark edge around where the head goes, just so it coordinates some. There. Finished card. Thanks for watching. Before I let you go, I had the Zazzles out, and I wanted to add some kind of little pearl drops here. So let me grab a scrap. And I just want to test these out to make sure. Okay. Then we're just going to go in here and add some nice little dots. Go small, small, and then a bigger one. Saw another crafter do this, making larger dots, and I just love the look, so that's what we're going to do. Put a little one here. Where else? I think right in here we're going to need some, so we'll go with a big one. We'll do some little ones around it. Right, maybe right in here. Well, that just shot out, so we'll just put that one there. Maybe one down here. And let's see, I'm going to add one on this side. I think that's going to be enough for the card. So, just a little added extra. We don't really need it. Thought it would be fun, so I wanted to put that in there. Thanks again for watching.